Picture this, a visionary director finally unleashing his long-held passion on a story that has terrified and fascinated humanity for centuries. Guillermo del Toro's take on Frankenstein isn't just another remake, it's a bold reimagining that promises to stir your soul and spark endless debates. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this emotional drama truly free from horror? Or does its bloody edge betray a darker undercurrent? Dive in with me as we explore the latest buzz, and trust me, you won't want to miss the twists that make this adaptation so uniquely Del Toro. Horror movie trailers published just moments ago, renowned filmmaker Guillermo del Toro has at last seized the opportunity to bring to life one of his most cherished ambitions, a fresh adaptation of Mary Shelley's iconic novel, Frankenstein. This version is exclusively available through Netflix, the streaming giant that has become a hub for innovative storytelling. Mark your calendars. The film will hit select theaters on October 17th, followed by its wide release on Netflix on November 7th. Just yesterday, an eye-catching poster was revealed, teasing that a trailer would drop today, and now it's live. Check it out in the embedded video above. Our very own Joe Blow reviewer Chris Bumbray got an early peek at Del Toro's Frankenstein, and his detailed 7-10% critique is waiting for you right here. Link to review. The story delves into the perilous consequences of Victor Frankenstein's reckless pursuit, fueled by an overwhelming sense of superiority, an insatiable quest to conquer death itself, and a creeping insanity. Victor defies nature to create life. Yet in his hubris, he overlooks the plight of the being he brings forth, a creature doomed to an eternity of suffering and isolation. For those new to the tale, Mary Shelley, an 18th-century author, penned this Gothic masterpiece in 1818, exploring themes of ambition, morality, and the human condition through a lens of science and horror. It's a narrative that has inspired countless adaptations, from classic films to modern retellings, reminding us that playing God often leads to unforeseen tragedies. Here's the official synopsis to whet your appetite. Acclaimed director Guillermo del Toro reinterprets Mary Shelley's timeless story of Victor Frankenstein, a genius yet self-absorbed scientist whose audacious experiment animates a monstrous creation, resulting in the mutual destruction of both the inventor and his ill-fated progeny. The ensemble cast is a powerhouse, featuring Oscar Isaac, known for his role in Moon Knight in a starring capacity, alongside Mia Goth from Pearl, Jacob Elordi, Saltburn, Christoph Waltz, Inglourious Bastards, and Charles Dance, Game of Thrones. Ralph Ineson, The Witch, makes a memorable cameo appearance. Interestingly, Andrew Garfield was initially attached to the project but had to bow out, with Elordi stepping in to portray the monster, a role that adds an intriguing layer to the character's portrayal, potentially shifting audience perceptions of the creature's humanity. Sponsored content. Del Toro has been vocal about his desire to craft a new Frankenstein for over a decade. Back in the day, the project was in development at Universal Studios, with Doug Jones, famous for The Shape of Water, slated to embody the monster. Production advanced to the point where Jones even glimpsed a physical bust of the creature, meticulously crafted to echo Bernie Wrightson's illustrations from his 7-year labor on an illustrated edition of Shelley's novel. Wrightson's artwork, with its intricate, haunting details, has long influenced horror visuals, much like how classic comic book art inspires modern superhero films. Unfortunately, the Universal deal crumbled. Fast forward to today, and it's all coming together at Netflix, building on Del Toro's prior collaborations with the platform, such as the enchanting Pinocchio and the eerie anthology series Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. Del Toro himself describes this film as an incredibly emotional movie that he doesn't classify as horror. And this is the part most people miss. Despite his claims, the Motion Picture Association has slapped it with an R rating due to intense, bloody violence and disturbing imagery. For beginners in horror, this means the film includes graphic scenes that might unsettle viewers, blending emotional depth with visceral shocks. Think of it as a roller coaster that tugs at your heartstrings while delivering adrenaline-pumping scares. Are you excited for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein? Hit play on the trailer, then drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with Del Toro that it's not horror, or does the R rating change your mind? Could Garfield's departure have altered the film's tone? Or is Elordi the perfect fit for the monster? And here's a controversial twist. In an era where AI and bioethics dominate headlines, does this story resonate more than ever, or is it just another cautionary tale we've heard before? Share your opinions. Do you side with Victor's ambition, or does the creature's suffering hit closer to home? Let's discuss. About the author, horror news editor, top picks in cinema. The entire Friday the 13th series, films by Kevin Smith, George A. Romero's works, especially the original Dead trilogy, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, 2, Flesh Eater, Intruder, Let the Right One In, Return of the Living Dead, The Evil Dead, Jaws, Tremors, From Dusk Till Dawn, Phantasm, Halloween, The Hills Have Eyes, the Back to the Future trilogy, Dazed and Confused, the James Bond franchise, Mission Impossible, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and countless others. Passions. Cinematic adventures, horror genre deep dives, 80s slasher flicks, engaging podcasts, animal welfare, globe-trotting adventures, especially in Brazil, the Cinema Wasteland Convention, timeless classic rock tunes, Led Zeppelin, Kevin Smith, George A. Romero, Quentin Tarantino, the Coen brothers, Richard Linklater, Paul Thomas Anderson, Stephen King, Elmore Leonard, James Bond, Tom Cruise, Marvel Comics, and the golden age of grindhouse and drive-in theaters.